Hello.
What's up? Another episode. Of what? Sunday Bites and Tidbits.
I wouldn't say. I was trying to catch up with you.
Okay, let's do it again.
Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Sunday Bites and Tidbits. I'm Chef Babette.
And I'm Terrah Bennett Smith, and we're very happy to have you again with us. Yes. And we are so excited.
Yes, we have.
Because as you can tell, we're going down to the southern town.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
We got our girl.
We got our girl Tabitha Brown coming on in a moment, and we're going to get her situated here. So what do you want to share? She's getting ready to come on.
I see her.
Didn't nobody tell me the color was red today?
Oh,
that's all right. We red and black.
No, really, baby. I had on black, and Terrah said.
But no, she didn't only have on black. She had on black winter clothes. So we look like not only that we were different colors, we look like we were in different seasons. So it was like I'm all summery. She had a ski outfit on. It was just
that's her business. That's her business if she did that.
What's up, baby? You look great.
What you drinking? Some cold water?
Yeah, some ice water, honey. Because I was outside. We went to the walk to the park to the dog. And I've been doing a little bit of everything today, out in the heat. And so I ain't even as cute as y'all, but honey, I'm here.
Oh no, you are adorable no matter what. Forget about it.
That's right.
Forget about it.
You know what's so funny? It's because I know you. From what part of South are you from?
North Carolina.
Oh, you from North Carolina?
I'm from North Carolina.
I'm from South. Well, my family's from South Carolina.
Yeah.
But it's like whoever I speak to, I automatically take on that accent. You know?
Yeah, she been talking, honey.
Yeah,
She been
all day.
She been Tabitha Brown all day. All day.
It happens. Well, you know what? I'd rather do that and get lost. I'd rather do that and get lost, honey.
Getting lost frustrates you.
Yeah.
How long have you lived out in LA? How long have you been here?
Oh, I've been here 15 years.
Oh,
really?
So when you first came out, did you find it challenging to maneuver?
Well, not really challenging. My daddy taught me at a really young age to always be like an observer, but I was an explorer.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I would always drive different ways because my daddy always said, "Don't you ever take the same way home because then they'll learn your route." So I've always been very much so a mover and shaker. And let me go this way, let me go that way, and it didn't really bother me. And I had went to college for a little while in Miami, so the culture shock, I had that back then. So when I got here, it was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, when I first came out here, that's what I did. I would just get in the car and just because gas was cheaper, so you could do this. I would just drive and not use that Thomas Guide thing. Remember that Thomas Guide where you had to read and you had to do it? I was horrible with that, so I just drive, and if I got back, I got back.
And honey, what did we do without phones back then?
No,
we got out.
Listen, when I first had to come back and forth, I would fly back and forth from North Carolina to look for us an apartment because my husband was scared to fly back then. So I had to come by myself. So I would fly out here, get a rental car, and they'd be like, "Oh, here's your Thomas Guide." I was like, "No, what am I supposed to?" Okay. Honey, I would be on the side of the road looking through that thing, trying to figure it out. But we used
never figured out.
No, I could never do it. So I would print out my directions before I got in the car. Because that's the only that other thing, I would just start crying and shaking. So that never worked for me.
To like a FedEx Kinko's, I would go there and I would print out directions on MapQuest, and I'd have those in my car too. And I'd be like, okay, now I know I'm going to this place and this place. But that was it wasn't that long ago, but it felt like it was ages ago. But now we use
know. Things have really changed.
Things have changed. Well, in honor of you being from North Carolina, we are having some southern vegan.
Well, come on with it. I got me a little plate too.
What you got?
Well,
you got the same thing.
What you got?
I got some greens, and I got some fresh sliced tomato with some salt and pepper because you can't have greens without the tomato.
She ain't had no tomatoes.
Oh, well, that's all right. Hey, where's my camera? Right there. I got some fried mushrooms.
Oh, we got fried mushrooms.
Yeah, and then I got some pinto beans.
Okay,
so
we're doing the mac and cheese, yams. What else? What else we got?
We got black eyed peas, kale greens, yams. We got fried mushrooms.
Yeah.
And we got mac and cheese and cornbread.
Honey, well, you know, bacon ain't my ministry, but I was trying this new cornbread thing I was trying to do. You see, it ain't on the plate.
Didn't work.
Well, not cute.
It didn't work.
In the oven, I turned the oven off. I said, I'm gonna come back to you later. I don't know. Me and cornbread, you know, I used to always just do Jiffy back in the day because I've never ever been a baker. Thank God, because I'll probably be as big as this house. I've never been a baker. I can't. The baking just ain't for me. But all the other women in my family, they bake. My sister bakes. My granny was the baker in our town. My mama used to. But honey, I ain't had time to be baking, and I was outside.
So let me tell you, you know how much bad cornbread I served my customers before I got these little muffins. I mean, and my customers are so sweet. They just come back anyway, because I know when we first opened 11 years ago, they was probably like, that baby sure is trying. She's trying real hard to make this right. But they hung in there with me, thank God. You know. But anyway, we are so excited. Thank you, Tabitha, so much for doing this for us.
And we're just extremely excited for all of the wonderful things
that's going on.
We're gonna kind of let you share some of that, whatever you can share, because people need to know. But Babette, what do you want to start?
Okay, my very first question I always ask first. You know, I'm just crazy about you, and I just have to give you props, because the first time we did the little deal together, you told me, you said, I'm getting ready to get my acting going. I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to do that. And in just a little time at all, you did. It's like everything just fell into place, and I just couldn't be more thrilled for you. You are just so wonderful. And then with these lovely children and a handsome husband, it's like, can we just have a little talk? You just gotta tell everybody how you made all that happen.
Because people get some of one and don't get the
other, but you just like the whole package is just put together for you. Okay, so I gave you all that. I need to know. You're vegan. You haven't always been vegan.
No, I have not.
I want to know from you. Now listen to my question. First of all, what made the transition? Why were you inspired to transition? And secondly, is the reason still the same today, or have you added to your reason of being living a vegan lifestyle? Is there more to it than it was when you started? In other words, I'll learn how to ask questions next week.
It's layered. That's a layered question. I understand every bit of it. Okay.
Thank you, baby.
When I first started my journey, it was because I had been sick for a year and a half.
Really?
And I had all the medication and different things that doctors had given me, and nothing worked. Nothing worked.
It wasn't something you could share. Like, was it?
Well, I woke up with a headache in the back of my head, and the headache stayed there for 1 year and 7 months, every single day. Some days were worse than others.
Oh my goodness!
Some days it was debilitating. Some days I couldn't get out of bed. I would fall when I would walk. I had chronic pain that just started to go throughout my body. Chronic fatigue. I would sleep all the time. And then they thought I was going into early menopause. My body was just starting to do like a shutdown. It was just like, okay, girl, we tired. And we just couldn't figure it out. I had so many MRIs, so much blood work, everything you could think of with no answers. And then my daughter came home from school one day and said, Mom, we saw this documentary at school, and it was What the Hell. And I watched, right. And so she was like, I think you should watch it. And we all watched it together as a family. And then after that, I was like, ooh, because, what got me is when they said, all diseases are not hereditary, that we eat the same thing causing the same disease. And for me, my mom died at 51 of ALS. My dad is 68, and he's the oldest male to ever live in our family. And people die young of rare diseases and heart attacks and strokes and all these different things in my family. And the only thing I could think in that moment was, well, Lord, meat is the common denominator. So I was like, man, it's the only thing I have not tried. Let me just try it for 30 days and see if it gives me any relief. And so we decided as a family to do a 30-day vegan challenge. And in the first 10 days, my headache went away. And as the weeks went on, the days went on, I started getting energy again. I started feeling like myself again. And I just never went back. I never, after the 30 days, I didn't stop. I just said, you know what, this is going to be my life and I'm going to do it. And then
So
now, okay, go ahead.
No, so did your doctors say anything when you went back, or did they
No,
never even?
the last specialist because I went to so many specialists, from neurologists to rheumatologists, like all kinds of different doctors I went to. So the last doctor told me, when they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, she said, we know it seems that there's some autoimmune disease attacking your body, but we can't figure it out. She was like, and normally what we tell people when we can't figure it out, we just tell them they got fibromyalgia. I said, well, you want me to just accept that because you can't figure it out? No.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's what she told me. Honest to God truth, that's what she said. So after that appointment, I had to do a 6-month follow-up. So I had did the vegan thing. I had been vegan for about 5 months after my last appointment with her. And when I went back and I was like, just doing my follow-up, and she was just amazed. Like, but she still had no answer. She was just like, I can't. Her words were, keep doing what you're doing. Wow. It's working. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I took steroids, I took all kind of drugs that probably were making me sicker. But when you're desperate, honey, you'll do anything to feel better. And so that's what I did. Of course, in the very beginning, I went vegan to save my life because I really thought I was going to die. And I did it for my health. And then as time went on, I realized after I was healed, it was no longer about me. So now it's about saving other lives and spreading the word and just letting people know, like, this is my story. I never try to force it on anybody because that's not how I live my life. But I always share my story with the hopes that it may help somebody else.
I love that. Thank you. You answered my question. That's a beautiful answer, by the way.
And what about your children? So did they transition with you because they were just supporting you, or was it a little kicking and screaming?
In the first 30 days. So the first 30 days, everybody, we did it together. On day 29, when I told my husband, I was like, well, I'm feeling better now. I think this is my path. I'm going to go vegan. And he said, oh, babe, that's great, but tomorrow I'm going to need a piece of chicken. I hung in there with you for these 30 days, but honey, come tomorrow. I'm going to get chicken. And I always talk with that because it's important when you go on a journey that may just change or save your life. You got to be willing to go on it alone. And that's what I was willing to do. This is my choice. This was for me. And I would never force my children to do anything. And so my daughter went vegan about a year or so after me, or not even a whole year, about 10 months later. She just decided one day, Mom, I'm going to join you. I'm going to go vegan. And my husband has been vegan 6 months. He just did it himself, not because of me. He watched Game Changers, and it was more of a and male point of view.
That was a good one, yeah.
Yeah, and he was
so just 6 months now? 6 months after?
No, 6 months. Now he's been vegan 6 months.
Yeah, Game Changers.
I think, that's right. Yeah. I think that's great because you know what? There was no pressure in the house. Everybody does what their journey is for them. You know what I mean?
And we got enough pressure in the world. I ain't going to bring it to my house.
That's right. That's right. You go and bring your chicken. And we'll have some fried mushrooms that look just like chicken.
Okay. Yeah. But and my son, of course, we're on quarantine. So everybody in the house, now we all vegan because we in the house. And everything in my house is vegan. But my son, he just turned 8. I've never forced him. But, I haven't eaten red meat or pork in 25 years. So my kids don't even know that life anyway. But he still would eat cheese. If he at school, if they have a pizza party and he wants to try pizza, you have at it. If you want, if they got chicken nuggets and that's what you want, you have at it. But I'm never going to force him to eat anything he doesn't want. But at home, he knows mommy vegan, to everybody vegan, we eat, this is what we eat. And so, but he knows he also can make his own decisions. But he's very well educated. I teach him about the animals and all that. So he has all the questions that kind of come up and he thinks about it more now. I just want him to have the knowledge, and then I want him to be educated enough to make his own decision. Wow,
that's great.
It is.
Yeah, that's great. I had a boyfriend who took me to vegetarian because he was really cute. And that was me. We did things for the cute guys. But he was a vegetarian. That's how come I became a vegetarian. But that was years ago. And then I was very young, but he was so cute, and he was all about, keeping his body. And I just never went back, then eventually cut out the cheese. But the coolest part about it was one of my sons, when he was born, he had really bad eczema and asthma. And we had to pull him off all the food. So we were able to cure the eczema right away. But the asthma, he was still eating cheese periodically, pizza and stuff. And then once he got in his head that was no longer the asthma, he hasn't had an inhaler in years. Yeah. Nothing.
I developed adult asthma when I was 30, right? Never ever had any issues. But then I also found out I was allergic to cheese. When I went, but I would still eat pizza. I'm not allergic to cheese, but allergic to dairy, to milk. But every now and then I was eating pizza, and you don't really correlate it. Like I'm like, oh, I can't do cheddar cheese, but I can do white cheese. I had convinced myself of this. And then later I became vegan and everything was gone. I realized maybe when we were moving last year, we were moving because we, bought a new house. And when we were moving, I was going through my cabinet and I had a whole box of inhalers I hadn't used or opened. I was like, wow, I ain't used my inhaler in over a year. I don't have asthma anymore.
That's excellent.
And that's what's so cool about, when you find the things that are helping you, you know what I mean? And you don't even realize that they're associated with something else until after that thing is gone, because you have your own story. Right.
So, I know something about the journey.
Okay, so what you can ask? You got to talk to them. Hi. Anyway, so the journey. So you started on now. I know some people know your story. That I know a little bit about it because I remember reading that you were driving Uber and you went and got a sandwich. Is that like whole thing?
I'll never forget that.
Sharing. Wait, I'm just going to read a question. Love, Kimberly says, who's this? Linda, love your humility, intelligence, and sweet spirit. I'm going all in starting Monday because I still eat fish only. Blessings. And you know what, Linda? This,
you can put some fish
batter on it.
And baby, it's fish
and it's crunchy, and you get your dip and your hot sauce.
It's the same thing
because
it's the texture.
Yeah, you miss the chewiness and the texture.
Exactly.
Batter on it. Yeah. I fried mine in fish batter today.
But I'm saying, yeah, you can get the same because it's all about the sensation. It's not even the thing. When you finally break it down, it's like you can have your yams, mac and cheese. You find alternatives. Now, when I first started, the food you would just have lettuce and tomatoes.
Yeah, it was lettuce and tomatoes. I started 30 years ago, so it was a bit different. But what I really love about you being an influencer, it's so incredibly important right now because, let's just talk about COVID for a second. When they're talking about in our community, because of underlying conditions, the loss of life in our community is higher because of the and all of the things that we get the same stuff across the board: heart disease, diabetes, lupus, the same illnesses, and pretty much they're self-induced. We do it because of a lack of knowledge about what it is we're eating. I love that I remember watching you in that car. Tell us. I'll never. That was so adorable. And just how do you feel being that person that's helping to heal everybody?
I feel positioned, right?
I like that word.
Because I didn't choose this life. It chose me.
Right.
God chose me for this. So I feel positioned. I feel he placed me in the position to do this. Because I didn't want to do videos. The only reason I did videos is because I had a dream and I saw myself on the show, and while I was sick, and my dreams have always meant things to me. They either always come to pass or they send me messages. And that morning when I woke up, I prayed and I was like, God, what was that? Reveal that to me, because I'm not out here, I'm not auditioning or barely working or doing anything at this point. I've been out on disability for over a year. And after that, I heard a voice that said, start doing videos. But that was never something I wanted to do. And I was like, Lord, I don't want to do no videos. What would I do a video about? And so when I first started doing videos, it wasn't even about food, right? I was trying to tell the same jokes I would tell when I was doing I'm gonna be a sit-down comedian at home. And so I did that, and then once I did the 30-day challenge, and I said I'm gonna go vegan, the same voice that I heard to say start doing videos said, now tell people what you're eating. And so, but I was like, oh Lord, I can't do that. I'm from North Carolina, and in the process, I had shaved all my hair off. I was like, you want me to get on here and tell people I'm not eating meat anymore, and I shaved off all my hair? They're gonna think I'm crazy. And so, but I was also living a life of obedience because I had prayed and asked God to, if you heal me, you can have me. I'll do whatever you want. So I literally started doing videos for that reason. So when things started happening and all this, these
started sharing.
Yeah, I had to continue to do it because that was what I was told to do. And so I just continued to do it. And now that I'm in a place where every day I get thousands of messages and emails of people's success stories or their healing stories, and I'd be crying. I'd be like, Lord Jesus, thank you. I'm blown away. Mm-hmm. I'm blown away. I'm so very thankful.
Just to the people out there, we're getting that we're having something going on with some of the audio, and guess what? I don't know how to fix it. So it's not out. It's they're saying something with a reverb or something. So I'm scared to touch a button because we'll all be there.
I don't know. I hear y'all fine.
I can hear you fine. I think it does sound a little wobbly a little bit, but not inaudible. So hopefully that you guys can understand us. Let us know if it's really that bad. And then I still don't know what to do, but at least I'll know that it's really that bad. Okay, so you send in your car, you do this video, and boom, what happens?
I do the video, not thinking anything of it. It's just a normal day for me. I had been doing videos for the last 4 months. It would get a couple hundred views, nothing. Every now and then, if a video had been on for a couple weeks or a month or two, I might have 1,000 or 2 views, but nothing major. Nobody was really watching my videos like that. And so I posted it because the sandwich was amazing. And I was like, oh, Lord, I need to tell the people about another vegan option I found. Because when I started doing videos, I was like, okay, y'all, I'm going vegan. When I find vegan options, I'm going to share with y'all. And so I ate the first half of the sandwich so fast. I was like, oh, wait, Lord, I got to do a video to tell the people. So I did the video and I went back to driving Uber. And by the time I got home and turned my notifications back on, my phone was going crazy. And I was like, what in the world? And the video had over like 50,000 plus views. I was like, who is watching this video?
It was such a great video. I'm telling you. That's when I met you. That video.
Right after that. Yeah. And then it just, like the next day, it just had over 100,000+ and it just kept growing and growing. I told my husband, I think I'm going viral. He was like, well, what that mean? I said, I don't know.
You got a virus. You got a virus.
It changed my life after that. It literally, that video changed my life.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Just real quick. So many people are saying the video is fine, and one Rosalind says she had to stop the video and start it again, and it's fine now. So maybe if you're having issues, because everybody's saying, yeah, you guys have any questions? Write in a question. We'd love to have Tabitha answer questions.
All they're saying right now, Tabitha, is they love you.
They love you. We love you.
They love you.
So, what is your go-to meal? Like when you're home, and what do you like to make that maybe you can tell somebody, okay, when you there's hardly nothing to eat, and I just because I read her recipe, I'm not going to mention it today, that a friend of mine went to her fridge and put together, and it was very scary. I'm not even going to say what it is because she'll know who she is. But we were like, "Whoa, those things don't even go together." So yeah, it was very interesting. What do you
keep in the fridge? So
it's
easy for you to throw something together. Like there are certain items that I always have and always have prepped because I can throw something together so quick with them. What are your items that you try to keep?
Well, I love a wrap because it's so quick to wrap it up. Okay. I love mixed greens. I keep mixed greens in my refrigerator. I keep avocado, honey. I keep a pickle, and I keep tomato and onion. I like prep stuff. I can put all that in a wrap, honey, and eat so good. But
you're so cute. Oh my God, Tabitha! I keep a pickle. And always a pickle.
But I love a pickle, honey. I had one earlier. I love a pickle. A dill pickle. Not a
Wait a minute. In the South, Tabitha, did they have the ones that used to be in the bags with the juice? And then you the big, but they be in the bag. You rip the bag, you eat the pickle, and you drink all the juice down.
No, but I'm gonna tell you how we used to eat them. We used to eat them with, but this back in the 50s. We used to eat them with what you call them? No, yes, you do know. It's that red, white, peppermint. We would take peppermint.
That's not a Southern thing. That's a city thing. That's a Midwest and on over. We didn't.
No, I was raised in L.A.
Right, yeah, so that's an LA thing. That's not.
That's a city.
Oh, y'all didn't
do that either.
But I said the 50s. That's why y'all didn't do it. Forget y'all.
Both y'all. No, but it's a lot of people who do that in like Chicago, like
really.
Oh, it's a big thing. Texas. But it just never made it quite to North.
Didn't make not to North Carolina.
Honey. We would go into the store and there'd be a big old jar of pickles.
Big jar. I want that one. You look for the biggest one.
Yeah, we did that too.
Yeah, we pick it out and honey, you eat it like that. Put your little paper around it, honey. Juice. Yeah.
Well, right next to that was a jar of pickles, pig feet. Y'all remember those jars?
Pickled eggs.
I didn't want no pig's feet.
But okay, so someone has a question for you, Tabitha. Yeah. What was it? Where'd it go? Because these questions be scrolling too fast for my little nerves. Tabitha, well, one person asked, what was it like cooking meat for your family when you were transitioned and they had not?
Oh, it was fine. I've been cooking it for over 20 years. It didn't bother me none.
Okay.
The way I look at it is this. If your why is true to you, it didn't matter to me, right? I only ate fish and chicken, and I was a vegetarian when I was 15 for 5 years. So I went until I was 20 not eating meat. And then when me and my husband got back to, moved in together, I started back eating fish and chicken. But I cooked it every day for him, even when I wasn't, eating it. It didn't bother me because I'm like, it ain't for me. But as time went on, I made sure all my sides were vegan. And it would only be one dish of whatever little meat that he wanted. And I made it on the stove. It had to be baked. So I could season it and throw it on in the oven, and I ain't got to do all this too.
You didn't have to touch it anymore.
Yeah, but it didn't bother me because again, it's personal. And my husband. I've been with him for 22 years. I ain't gonna just be like, you know what, now, honey, I can't deal with you. I ain't. Bye. So,
Kim wants to know, not Kim, wait a minute. These things go so fast, you see them. Someone wanted to know if we have a special seasoning that you like, a go-to seasoning that you like. And you like, all of them, right?
Well, I have a few, but everybody knows that I'm going to use my Bragg's and I'm going to use no salt seasoning by Kirkland's. Those are two things that I have to have and I have to have my agave nectar because that's my sugar. I don't eat refined sugar. You still eat refined sugar? Or did you cut that out? Yeah, refined sugar is poison. People need to understand that.
Yeah, I do coconut sugar. I'll do sugar, but it has to be bone char free. Like I gotta be a vegan sugar, but I'm not a big sweet person. Which is again, I don't bake, so I rarely ever have stuff like that unless if I'm out and I get like at a vegan fest, I'm like, oh, let me try this donut or something. But they're vegan donuts or whatever. But
you can eat 100 of those.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so Renee Smith has typed her question 25 times because she just want to make sure that it doesn't scroll up. So Renee, your question. Renee Smith, and now it's almost gone. So let me say it before it leaves. What is your favorite chip? Do you have a favorite chip?
Like chip?
Yeah, chip. Do you have a favorite chip?
I do. I love like the root chips. I forget the name of them in the black and red bag. They're like root.
Yeah, I know those. I know the ones.
Those. But just recently, this week, honey, I discovered Symphony chips. Lord Jesus, blew my mind. It's a
Symphony chips. What are they made from? Like
they're potato chips. They just have their own special seasoning on them.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be the next time.
I know. Symphony chip. Thanks for sharing.
We just gave a plug. Okay, Christina Ward wants to ask, Tabitha or Babette, how do you handle sweet cravings or do your tastes?
Hi, Christine.
Oh, wait. No,
hi, Christine. She went to school. with trees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did your taste for sweets go once you transitioned? No.
No. Now see, Tabitha may not. She's not a big sugar person, but my mama put sugar in everything. Okay. When she cooked, my mama's spaghetti was so sweet you could have milk with it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Her spaghetti sauce tastes like dessert. So I had, and oh, girl, I had the worst sugar Jones. My skin was ripped from refined sugar. I couldn't wear anything backless, zits everywhere. So sugar was massive for me. Even today, as I'm seasoning for the restaurant, Ron and I always have the clash because he can't stand too much sugar. And I'm always like, that too sweet, really? Anyway, so I'm still having challenges drawing back on the agave, and that's pretty much all we use. It's working for stuff I eat. But tell us about you and didn't you ask about this? Oh no, Christine did.
Christine asked about transitioning from the sugar.
Yeah.
Do you still? Because I know you don't cook.
Well, what about the kids or with the family? Did they?
The thing I think that is always important for because her question was, what do you do about desserts? Does eventually those cravings go away? And I think that there's a misconception that there are no vegan desserts. There's plenty of vegan desserts that we can have and enjoy.
Come to stuff I eat.
Then I eat it. Look, I know the stuff I eat and get me a almond parfait. I mean, avocado parfait, honey, and eat good.
I know. Yeah, and people don't realize, you know, I had a friend of mine taste it when we were doing that thing in Atlanta, and this girl, you know, we were kind of introducing people to veganism through Chef Babette. And so Chef was telling him about the avocado parfait, and this girl, she went like this. We let everybody taste it.
She was scared.
She went like this. And she went,
look at her face.
I know, literally, like, she went, and then her face went,
yeah, that's
then she looked at her face and said, this is good.
Yeah, it's so true. The avocado parfaits are amazing.
They're so good.
It's amazing. And okay, so
afraid to I think sometimes.
Oh, somebody back there. Do you
ever
use monk fruit? Monk fruit. I can't say the word fruit. I'm sorry. That's a hard word. Monk fruit. I can't say fruit. Say fruit. It's a word I can't say.
You just said it.
No, I said fruit.
That's fruit.
No, fruit.
That's she sound nuts.
I can't get the F in the fruit.
She said fruit.
Monk fruit.
Okay, monk fruit. It just sounds like you come from somewhere else.
I come from Georgetown, South Carolina. That's where I'm from.
When there's many things I can't say, so that's your business. It's all right.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
so have you ever had that fruit?
I've used the monk fruit sugar before. The sugar.
I've not used it.
I've never eaten the actual monk fruit.
No, I have not either. Me either.
So someone is saying to us, so why don't we stop for the questions, Tabitha, quickly. You want to share what's going on or anything like people should be, because we know, congratulations on CAA. We saw that in the paper.
Yes.
So I already know in my mind's eye, my little psyche, that there's a television show for Tabitha because you should have your own. So what can you share with us at this point that's happening or that you want us to be on the lookout for?
Well, I mean, I'm so excited because, you know, I'm an actress first.
Right.
Working for quite some time and just kind of got back into it within this last year. And so now I'm actually being able to go back into that field and start.
Yeah, I did the same thing, but I love it.
Right. And then my dream that I've had for the last 10 years is I want to be America's mom. I've always wrote that down. I've always said I want to be known as America's mom. And then
I love it.
Now I'm getting a TV show is being developed, a comedy, because I've always said I am Claire Huxtable meets Roseanne right in the middle. And so,
I love you're going to be great at that. That's excellent.
So it's in development and working on like a couple other show ideas and show concepts and taking meetings every day and just excited about what's to come. Excited.
Yes.
As you should be.
You
deserve it.
Yes,
every little bit of it.
Yes.
So now what's your family on this journey with you? How are they feeling? Are they like, Mom? Because now technically because of social media, they are your American mom family. You know, and then we kind of know them too. Yeah, so how's that for them?
Well, you know, it really is no different. You know, with my son, he just be like, it ain't.
Right. He's just rolling, right?
Okay. He does because he watches YouTube videos. So sometimes he'll be like, "Oh, mom, how many followers do you have?" That type of thing. But in his mind, ain't nothing changed if we ain't got no stairs in our house. Ain't nobody driving no Tesla, none of that. Because that's what he see on YouTube. He be like, "We ain't doing that." What's the big deal? But with my daughter, she is who got
She's
me.
a star within her own right.
She's beautiful.
Yes. But it's the same. It's really the same. We get excited together and like, oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, But I'm still just mama. And we in the house. Everything feel the same other than I'm doing more content and more views, more followers, and more exposure. But child, we still in the house. We ain't felt the difference just yet, other than like when we go out. We go to the grocery store, even with my mask and stuff, people are recognizing me more and more and more. But it's the same. It's the same.
So was it the TikTok situation? I know, because we know you were doing this anyway. And then all of a sudden, it was almost like, okay, we're going to open the door now.
It burst open.
Was it the TikTok situation?
Yeah. So, I had already been on Facebook and Instagram for the last 2.5 years.
Right.
And then when my daughter told me in March, she was like, "Mom, you should get on TikTok." And I was like, "Girl, I ain't gonna get on no TikTok. That's for the kids." She was like, "You should get on there because it'll be a good place for you to be like a mom for the younger, kids that are on there." And I was like, I don't know about that choice. And then one of my counterparts that used to work at Whole Foods when I used to do, the campaigns and stuff for Whole Foods, she reached out to me and said, "Have you ever thought about getting on TikTok?" I was like, "Okay, now that's twice in a day."
Right.
Yeah, choice had been, just kind of pushing me to do it. And I was like, okay, let me go on here. But I really wanted to learn the dance, the renegade dance everybody was doing. I still can't do the doggone dance. That's why I got on, because my daughter told me to. And so the first video that even went viral was the video of her trying to show us how to use it and teach me and my brother wanted to learn the renegade. And that video went viral the first day. I was like, oh Lord, let me do some and see if I can figure it out. And so I did my first video on March 9th. And then within 30 days, I had 1 million followers. And then the 1 week after that I got the 1 million, the next week I was at 2 million. And today I'm about to hit 3 million. It's just been 2 months. But
that's crazy.
It just took off. And then I did character and that went super crazy viral. And that's what took it over the edge.
But I have to compliment you. It's so fun watching you.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you don't have a problem with, you're so darn cute. You don't have a problem with the camera in your face while you're still in the bed waking up in the morning. I be like, somebody's trying to do a FaceTime on me. I threw the phone across the room. I be like, you be FaceTiming me unless you tell me you doing that.
That's me too.
No, you know why I do that and why I don't care, right? Because I lived in a place for a long time of caring too much about what other folks thought, and I wasn't being myself, right?
I love that.
But I do it because I want someone to feel like it's just me and you, and I'm your friend for real.
Got it.
So I hold the phone close to my face purposely because I want them to feel like if me and you on the phone.
And you do too. I love it. It's so amazing. That's what gets me hooked to you, and that's why you got everybody else so cling on, because they don't want to be there with you. Yeah, and that's what it feels like.
We are living, especially right now, honey, we're living in a pandemic, okay? And if I can be joy or peace or happiness or love or laughter for 1 minute for somebody, because that may be all they get in that day. I want to be that. And so I take it personal, and it's a responsibility to me to spread that love throughout the world. And when you got a platform, it's a responsibility what you put out there. Yeah.
It's working, baby. It's working.
So what about your family in the South, real quick? Have they started to change their diets because of you, or have you influenced anyone, to put down the fried?
My dad and my stepmom have also been vegan now for 2 years.
Wow.
Absolutely. Good. Yeah. And my dad, amazing. He is phenomenal. His health is amazing right now. And he did it not because I told him to, but because he was just watching. And then They called me one day and said, it's been 30 days for us. I was like, oh, I cried. I bawled, cried. You know, it's one thing to save my life through food, but, you know, I told my daddy is 68. He's the oldest to live. You know,
really?
Yeah, he's the oldest male to live in his family. And he was one of 12, and he's already lost 4 brothers way earlier. You know, some before 40 and 50.
Wow.
Really young. And so
it's really, you know, it's I think that you, especially when you're from families who are used to cooking certain foods, that's the hardest part, you know, is standing in your own truth, especially when it's not a health related thing. Because for, you know, it's like my kids don't really know meat. They've never had it because I just stopped so long ago. But going to, you know, the parties and the thing, you would bring their own little veggie hot dog so they could at least feel like they're a part of something. But, you know, trying to stand in your own truth was so much harder. It's a little bit easier now because there's so much more to choose from. And the recipes are looking like food. You know, they were scary. They were scary, you know, and you would go to a restaurant and ask for mac and cheese and go, that's not even remotely close to anything that resembles mac or cheese. And now you sit there trying to eat it down. I can't even tell you how many times, but there's so many places to go. And so people like yourself, everyone's stumbling upon good little recipes to share. You know, that are filling and tasty and healthy.
And it's helpful. It's helpful for those people that desire to transition, because I'm always asked a lot of questions about how can you do it? And my thing is, you really do have to change your mind. I read a couple of books that changed my mind, and I was suffering. So I wanted some relief, like yourself. And it helped me to change my mind. But, you know, just having an influencer, I understand the importance of what it is we do by sharing. It really is a big giant.
I had a cute boyfriend, so get yourself a cute boyfriend.
But look, that can also work on the opposite of that. Because see, that's what happened to me. I was a vegetarian for 5 years, and then I got a cute husband, and we moved in.
And then you started eating meat.
And that's why it's your personal decision.
That's right.
Chandra.
Oh, Chandra, Tab, will you be in Houston for the So Natural Veg and Art Festival in Houston on May 23rd? Website says you will, and I want to buy VIP tickets.
No,
because it's not
canceled. We in the
canceled. Everything is canceled for now.
Yeah, because people can't have any gatherings.
Hey, Chandra, how are you? Thanks for coming on.
Unless it's online, they maybe trans. But you would probably know by now if they were doing it online, right?
Yeah,
because that's 3 days away from
here. Right.
Yeah. So, what else you want to share with us, Tabitha?
Honey, that's it. I don't know, honey. Whatever you. I'm an open.
Well, okay.
More questions from?
No, I think that's Andre Michelle. She said, "Oh, that's my friend." She says, "Hilarious." We got a lot of people watching us. Thank you, Tabitha.
Well, and we need to thank our guests, all of our folks that's tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
And all of your names.
And share. Yeah. Share.
Thank you,
Share.
Naila, Venice, Lisa. Huh?
Can I share it on my page while we on here?
Yeah, girl, don't ask me how to do none of that stuff. I said, you can?
Where y'all you live on where? Chef Babette?
Go to Chef Babette's page, and then you can share it onto that.
On Facebook.
Yeah, I'm still trying to share it on mine. That was like an hour ago. I got tired.
But I just appreciate you so much for coming on. We have a lot of irons in the fire ourselves. And just you being this perfect guest for us is such a major deal for us, isn't it? We've been excited all week, Tabitha, that we were going to have you on our show. We've been excited all week. All week, girl.
That makes me so happy. But you know, from the first time I met you, and I loved you.
How did you guys meet?
We all met together.
The first time, the very first time, it was just me and you at the on Melrose. She wasn't there. We did.
She was there on Melrose. When we went to that little pop-up.
Oh yeah, I was there.
She was there.
Oh, well, maybe we didn't talk that day though.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Because we were on the panel together.
Right, I remember that day. Yes, yes.
And that's the first day I met Tabitha, and that's when she was kind of cluing me in about,
how it all began.
But you know what else is so lovely about you, Tabitha, is that your spirit is so giving.
That's true.
You know, a lot of people find out little tidbits and things, and they want to hold it like in their back pocket, like it's not enough to share. Because when I asked you, I said, how'd you do this? You said, call me. That's right, call me. I got it all. I'll tell you how to do it. It's just, there's no need to do this thing, with anything.
Because there's enough.
There's enough.
Because basically you can't give less you receive. It's just an immutable law. You just, you put it out, it's going to come back. Whatever it is.
I'm a firm believer in, you have to be willing to give away the very thing you're seeking God for. The very thing that you're hoping to receive, you got to be willing to give away. Right? I am a giver. I've always been a giver.
Me too. Doesn't it feel good?
Honey, it feels amazing. But 100%, what God has for me is for me. So it does not hurt me.
You have to worry about it.
And that's the thing that people always feel like it's going to be taken away from me if I share. Like, it's got nothing to do with you. Nothing. So Pashan is on. You know Pashan?
I love Pashan.
I know. So Pashan is going to come on the show because let me tell you something. Pashan makes vegan ice cream.
Yes, you do, honey. Ooh,
and vegan pound cake, and it's called Mama Auntie's ice cream. And the first time I had it, I was hogging and I had the pound cake to go with it because growing up you gotta have your ice cream with the pound cake inside. So I gave my brother, who's a straight up meat eater, I said, I want you to try some of this. I cut a little piece, just a little, because I wasn't giving it a lot. And I put a little ice cream in a cup, and I said, just go eat that. Tell me what you think. He came back. He said, I said, how'd you feel? He goes, well, I just wish there were more. I said, well, there is more, but you don't get it. No, her food is so we're gonna have her on because that's the thing is that there's so many alternatives to what you can eat and you don't miss a beat.
No, you don't.
You don't miss a beat.
You just have to open your mind.
You do. You really do. You have to just lighten up and just open up your mind, and you will change your mind. And once you get on the journey, like you said, start feeling better instantly. That's just amazing, isn't it?
And this is from a 70-year-old woman here.
Yeah, oldest. And but that's the beauty too. That's what I like to share. I like to share how I feel. I feel better at 69 years old than I did at 8.
Tell them again how old you is, girl, because some of the folk might just be on here for the first time. Tell them again.
Yeah, 69 and be 70 in December. So that's almost just 6 months away. I'll be 70 years old. And I'm shocked myself. It's like, because I believe, as somebody said today, when you destroy life to try to sustain your own, there's a karmic debt that one has to pay.
Right.
Whether it's the illness, I don't care what it is. If you can consume life rather than destroying life and nourish yourself with life, why you got to destroy it? So that's, I just believe it's that awakening that we've embraced, that now we're able to prove in the way that we feel and the energy that we possess, that this is real. This is real. This is the message that we came here, mamas and papas of civilization. We came here with this information. And then for some reason, it got taken out of our minds and we forgot who we were, and we forgot we come from the earth, and everything that we need comes from the earth. Okay, stop preaching, Babette. I
was in church. I was about to whip out my hand.
Honey,
whip out the church fan.
It just means so much to me. I just want us to get it. It's like, can we just take it back home? It's not what they gave us when we got here. That wasn't the food that we were used to.
Yeah.
They gave us what they didn't want.
Right. I always tell people that what tradition, what we don't like to know or we don't like to think about is our traditional food is a slave diet, right?
Yes.
That wasn't our original pork and chitlins and all that on our diet.
Yes.
In our diet, so I always tell people that I know we don't like to hear it. And I know what the thing is we're so attached to food because food is also how we celebrate, right? It's how we
Comforting, right.
So I think a lot of people get to a place where they're afraid if they take it away, then they're also taking away the tradition of family and togetherness. But honey, you still got the same.
Everything the same. The same seasonings, everything.
All you do is make adjustments.
Yes.
Adjustments so that your children's children will be able to live longer, and you actually may be able to be here to see them as well.
Yes.
But now with new mindset and new tradition, same family tradition, just different food.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
You know that there's this old little parable of saying that, you know, when you like you baking a cake, you get the recipe from your grandma, and she used like nine little pots of 9 little pans to bake her cake. And then so you do the same thing, and your mother did the same thing, 9 pans, and then you pass it down. Your husband go, "Why are you putting in 9 pans?" You say, "Well, because my mother did it." "Well, why did she do it?" "Well, because her mother did it." And you go all the way down and say, "Well, I had 1 big pan." It's like we just keep doing the same thing without even knowing why. And once
we have the same experiences because we're not changing.
That's right.
You know, and that's that. And I think for me, it's just about us being sponges and being willing to open up and just feel the change. Just try it and see what happens. You know, because if I remember going the last time I went to a doctor years and years ago, he told me my iron was low, and he told me I needed to eat some liver. So I went to the dictionary to what does the liver do? And I got to thinking, why do I want to eat another creature's liver? It's a filtering organ. What is it filtering? And I'm going to eat it. And so for me, I started thinking, I want to know what this is I'm eating. I want to know everything that I'm eating. Why would I want to eat a pig's intestines? Why would I want to eat those? I have cleaned them before. There is poop in them. So I'm just saying, for me, it was all about, let me start thinking about what I'm ingesting. Let me just give it a thought. Because before we just did it out of habit, out of tradition. You know?
And you know what? And the transition is your transition, however that works for you.
Right.
But ask yourself, I think it's just asking yourself the question, if you have any type of ailment, really start with self and not, you know, when you start to see a change in it, you know, you start to see a change in yourself, then you slowly want to feel better and better and better and better. And then you start to look like you did, you know, when you said, I was like, wait a minute, the cheese is not working. Well, maybe if I eat white cheese, well, white cheese, okay. Well, maybe no cheese.
We want to convince ourselves. I really had to get to a place of, I had to check myself, right? Because the thing about it is I would eat certain things knowing it was going to make me not feel well. But we get so programmed to, I just take a little something to make myself feel better after I eat it. I want the food so bad. That means you're not listening to your body. The more that you force yourself to eat things that your body is telling you, I don't want this, the worse you're going to feel. So I had to check myself and say, oh, you don't really love yourself because you really right? Like I was looking at every slice of pizza knowing it was gonna make me feel bad. I was like, so basically I'm digging my own graveyard with my teeth. I'm just eating. And I had to really get into that, you know, conversation with myself and say, girl, why are you eating something that you know is going to make you sick?
Yes.
Do you really respect yourself? Do you respect your body enough? And once I got free, because it's all about being free.
Yes.
I had to really free my mind of, you know, whatever this thing was that was on me that made me, that convinced myself that a little bit of pain was normal. We're supposed to have pain in our body in life. There's certain things that like childbirth and different things like that, but just not by our own hand.
Right.
Not by like, oh, I can force myself. I'm going to eat this. I know I'm going to feel bad. I can prevent that. But I had to get to a personal place for that. I had to get to a place for that. And that was prior to me even going vegan. I had to stop eating dairy, a couple of years before.
Dairy is hard for a lot of people. That cheese is addictive.
And then after I found out that I was deathly allergic, because I had a progressive allergy, I almost died drinking Starbucks. It had regular milk in it. My throat started to close.
Your throat started to close?
Yes, it started to close.
Wow.
You have to have EpiPens. I know instantly if somebody has put Yeah. I know instantly if somebody lying about what's in something. My lip starts to swell instantly.
It starts swelling up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So someone, She Be Holy, she says, pray for my household to go on a vegan diet and change our lifestyle. Please, anyone that sees this, want us to honor God with our temples, which we house him in. So when you guys pray for She Be Holy's household. Because she really wants.
Honey, let me tell you this, sweetie. You start with you. Sometimes you got to be on the journey on your own. And if your household sees it, then maybe they'll do it. But don't worry about the whole house. You got to worry about yourself first. And be a living example.
Yes.
Yeah.
That will help
so wrapping it up, everybody probably knows where they can find you right now. But if we want to share it again,
please tell
where can everyone find you, Miss Tabitha?
We're here on Facebook, actress Tabitha Brown, but everywhere else is I Am Tabitha Brown. My website is iamtabithabrown.com.
We love you so much, Tabitha. Thank you so much. And we still got to do something together. Me and you.
I know. Look, when we can be in the same room again.
I know. My goodness gracious. So, but anyway, we so appreciate you taking time. This has been, we get to kind of have your infectious smile.
I know.
On our side. I don't know. I'm the worst with technology. We need a technical person because I'm sitting there just clicking buttons. I don't even know how to get this thing off. Well, She Be Holy, we pray for you a lot because I can't get your thing off the screen. So, you'll get a lot of prayer right now because Terrah has no clue what she's doing. Anyway, what you want to say to Tabitha?
I just want to say, Tabitha, keep up the good work. We can't wait to see everything that you're doing. We love you. The world loves you. And
when you do your sitcom, we're gonna come to the first night and we're gonna be like, just laugh.
Yeah, you just keep up the good work, baby. Keep up the good work.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here, and now I'm gonna go heat up the soul food again.
Up to it start getting cold. I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna heat it.
Yeah, I don't do cold soul food.
Did you guys have a good time with Tabitha? Yay! Okay, sweetheart.
So next week, guys, we have John Sally. John Sally's coming on to talk with us.
I love
my buddy too. I love John.
And so just go ahead.
I was gonna say before you go, I have to close out.
Please.
The way I close out on every show or every interview is
do your thing.
Okay, well, let me say this first, and then you close this out. Okay, so coming up, just so you guys know, in July, next month we just have a few more special guests.
Yes.
In July we're traveling, so we're going to be, since no one can go on vacation, we're going to go to London with a vegan. So we're still lining them up. So we're going to go to some of the other countries, London, probably Belize.
Mm-hmm. We have Belize and we have
London, and maybe Italy and somewhere else. So you get to see what veganism's like all over the world and what people are doing. And then in August is our doctor series, where you're going to talk to vegan doctors who actually cure people without all the medication and all the other stuff. A cardiologist, one rolling out cardiologist.
Yeah, that's Dr. Baxter Montgomery. We've got Dr. Golder. She's on Facebook, on Instagram right now. This sister cured herself of lupus, and it's a lot of us suffering with lupus. She is tough. If you don't know anything about Golder, check her out. She's on Instagram.
So we want to bring it to the everyday person.
Yeah,
we're really about trying to let you guys know that there's some alternatives to.
We're tired of folks being ill.
Yeah.
We want everybody to feel better. We love you, baby.
Love you. So,
but go on and close us out.
Oh, well, listen. But Dr. Golden, she's amazing. I met her. She's amazing.
Isn't she? She's amazing.
Yes. Oh, well, listen. Now go on about your business. Have yourself the most amazing night, and honey, tomorrow have a good day. But baby, even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. Love y'all.
Oh,
Okay, you gotta do it. You gotta do it one more time because you froze.
You got stuck. Yeah, you got stuck.
So do it again.
Y'all didn't hear it either, so here go again because somebody must really go about your business. Have yourself the most amazing night, and honey, tomorrow have a good day. But baby, even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. Love y'all.
I
love it. Bye, everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you guys so much.
Now, how do I get off this thing?
This was
Hold on, we're not off yet. Hold on. End broadcast. There we go.